Yes. I got a fat neck. Look at
What is going on? Welcome back to the Across the Cowboys podcast. I'm your host, Paul Ryan, and with me, as always, are Mike Fatneck Crumb and Brendan Fergie Smith. Gentlemen, how are you?
It's at 300. I used to weigh like 323. So when I lost weight, all this became like fat neck. I got that turkey gobbler neck going. So all my pictures, I'm always like,
Have you
I
seen
look
a
all
picture
smug,
of Big
like
Mike?
my nose is up to people. I'm like, no,
Brendan.
I'm just hiding the fat neck.
Have you seen the picture of Big Mike, the iconic big picture of Big Mike? Brendan.
No.
Have you
Not that I'm aware of.
You're
Maybe,
gonna
but
you're gonna see that.
I'll text it to you
Well,
right now.
while Mike looks for it, Brendan, how are you, sir?
I'm doing great. It's draft week. How can you not be excited and scared at the same time?
Absolutely. I know. I was like, I had another guest planned to come on today, and then last week when we were talking with Ben, and he was like, the draft's, a little less than, just a little over a week away. I'm like, oh my God, I can't believe I scheduled that wrong. That where did the time go this offseason for us to do the Building the Cowboys series? But yeah, man, I can't believe it's actually here. It's going to be I think it's going to be a wild night, man. What about you?
This year has gone by so fast already. How are we already almost in the end of April? Like, what?
Mm-hmm.
I think it was just yesterday we were talking like, oh, what's our free agency predictions? Back in February.
Yeah.
Oh no.
Yeah, I feel like the Super Bowl wasn't that long ago, man. Did you send it to him?
He just saw it.
I thought you were going to put it on screen.
It's so old because it's a picture of an old like Polaroid picture. That's how old I am.
Yeah. Mike, sir, how are you?
Big. It looks like me in a fat suit, legitimately.
It looks like Mike would be very friendly.
I was very friendly.
Still
very
pulling,
jolly.
What is the start to this episode, dude? What is this? We're 2 minutes in. What the hell?
Fat neck, man. The fat neck threw us off.
Happy anniversary.
Yes, sir. Happy anniversary to you guys. Mike, where can we find you on Twitter, sir?
At CD Piglet, guys. Nice and easy.
Brendan, where can we find you?
At Brendan_Smith26.
You can find me on Twitter at Paul_Ryan15. Or we are just 3 days away from round one of the NFL draft, and our very own Dallas Cowboys have 2 first-round picks. As we get closer to draft day, things are a little hazy as rumors continue to swirl about who the Cowboys don't like, and what they might do in round one. Is all the new smoke and mirrors. Mike, Brendan, and I will do our best to clear the fog and discuss what we think the Cowboys might do in round one. As always, I'm excited for our annual fantasy, reality, and nightmare draft, the show that started this podcast, and here we are 6 years later going into year 7. Let's get into it, Mike. If you were a GM with the number 1 pick and didn't need a QB, who would you take?
Even if I had I don't like the overvaluing of QBs. I actually like Mendoza. Okay, so if I needed a QB, I might take Mendoza, but my pick's Caleb Downs, of course. Yeah. Like it's not even close. He's my one like difference-making defensive player in this draft. You might be able to convince me offense has some, but he's the one on defense that I'm like, no, he'll right away. He will improve the floor of your team, and he will be a star. As long as he stays healthy for a decade plus.
Okay, so if it wasn't Caleb Downs or Mendoza, who would it be?
No Caleb Downs. First pick.
Would it just be Reese?
Probably Bailey. No, I'm not as. If Reese is such a projection as an edge rusher.
Well, I'm saying, but like, if you're at 1, you're ass. Like you're a 1 bad team, so I feel like you would go for upside.
I'm just worried about because he's a good linebacker, but not like someone I would want in the top 10. And if he doesn't develop, then I use the pick on like a versatile star linebacker. I'd probably rather go. I'm trading the first pick. That's what I'm not picking anyone if I can't have Downs. I'm trading it, making somebody else take somebody.
Brendan, how about you? It sounds like maybe you might go Reese there. Other than Downs, of course.
This draft, like, I know we'll get into more of this, but like, if you're looking for the superstar, like, holy crap, Myles Garrett's at number 1, this is not the draft for you. And so that's why I was talking like Arvell Reese, because like it feels like more like a Trayvon Walker. Like, oh hey, dude, upside man, he could really kill it, but like, are you really taking him because of the floor? No. But also, if you're that bad, and the Raiders are bad, they got lucky they have Max Crosby back. But if they're that bad and they couldn't take Mendoza, you have to go Reese just so hopefully he can turn into everyone's trying to speculate, oh, he could be another Micah because he can play linebacker and he's going to try edge and all this stuff. So you have to go for upside there.
Side note,
I wouldn't do it.
Do you think that's been a hit, considered a hit pick for the Jaguars, no. Mike?
For number one overall, probably not like what you want over a number one overall pick, but he hasn't been a like terrible pick. He's not
a bust by any means.
If you got him in the second round, you'd be like, awesome, what a good contributor for us. You know, that's big time. But like number one overall, you'd probably be like, should
have gone Hutchinson.
Yeah, who else was in that draft would be your question.
Yeah. Brendan here, moving along. Is this a bad year to have the number one overall pick? I think Mike kind of touched on it.
I mean, no, simple fact that like the Raiders need a QB really bad, and they have a new coaching staff, so they're gonna go all in, saying like, "Hey, this is our core, this is our coaching, this is our head coach, this is our QB." Mendoza's not bad by any means. He's not like, even though like I know Trevor Lawrence doesn't really hit that, but like Trevor Lawrence coming out, you're like, "Holy crap, this is football Jesus," and everyone's like, "Oh, he's the best one since Luck," and all that. He's not Burrow. But he's better than what we've had. I guess a little bit. Like I think you're kind of trying to compare it to like the 2013 draft, which is like no. Mendoza's a lot better than EJ Manuel, which is effing disgusting. But no, it would be terrible. No, you're good. You're good.
My comment on the first round was if I couldn't take Mendoza or Downs. Mm-hmm. If I could take Mendoza, I'm good at number one. I'd be worried at like number 3. My first 2 picks I liked. I like Mendoza. I like Downs. I don't do the safety thing, especially with Mendoza, because I don't believe he's a safety. Like he is a defensive back. He goes everywhere. So that doesn't, even the position value doesn't really work on Downs. So first 2 picks, I'm good. After that, it's a little not the best.
You've heard it here first. Fernando Mendoza is going to be the first 2-way player in the NFL. He's playing quarterback and safety because he can play every other position, like what Mike just said.
Did I say Mendoza, not Downs?
Yeah.
Whatever. And I haven't. It's 4:20, but I didn't smoke before the show.
That's why I can bully you.
I should have smoked.
That's why I can bully you.
Yeah, I should have smoked before the show. That's apparent.
Light one up, man. Go for it, Mike. Do it. Is this a bad year to have 2 first-round picks, Mike?
I don't know. Maybe it's, you know what? Yeah, probably. I mean, you always want first round picks. It's not like there's not guys you can't hit on.
Yeah.
And you can move and maneuver and trade and stuff like that. But I'd say this. It's bad because there's not a lot of the premium position guys that would drop really good players to you. Mm-hmm. So having a pick at 12 and 20, if we had 3 quarterbacks going, 2 left tackles, 2 wide receivers, now I'm sitting there looking at the board and I'm like, oh, dude, I'm going to get a stud defender to drop to me. And at 12 this year, it's like people want to get Dylan Thieneman and thinking like, yeah, Dylan Thieneman at 12. I'm like, ugh, gross. Please trade back from that. Like, yeah, this probably not the best because there's not the left tackles, the quarterbacks, the even the wide receivers. There's 3 of them that could go in the top 15, but they're not seen as like, Jordan Tyson has an injury problem. Tate was never really a wide receiver 1, which doesn't bother me because that happens at big schools like Alabama. You get a Jeremiah Smith, what are you going to do? But then it just, yeah, I'm going to answer with, yeah, it's a bad year to have 2 first.
Yeah, my notes, I was saying if he builds like the Cowboys do, I feel like it's a bad year to have 2 first-round picks, but if you built like a competent franchise, then no. What about you, Brendan?
I said it's not a bad year, only for the simple fact of you just need dudes. I know, like, from like pick 20 to pick 40, you have around the same grades, but like this defense needs not I don't know that star power, but like you need guys like, hey, at his best, I think he can make a Pro Bowl. Is he gonna be an All Pro? I don't think so, but like if he's a Pro Bowler, that'd be really cool. And all that. Dallas needs just dudes that can help, as we saw last year. It's effing horrendous.
Impact starters. You
Yeah.
can get impact starters in this draft with 2 first-rounders.
The floor isn't terrible. Sorry.
No, go ahead.
The floor isn't terrible in this draft. It's just the ceiling is honestly not there. Like Reese, I guess, technically has the highest boom or bust rate for a player in this draft, because like you can see him like, oh damn, he's dominant off the edge and he's playing a little bit of off-ball linebacker. Or you go, dude, he doesn't know what he's doing. He's just trying to out-athletic everyone. Like, that's all he's trying to do. And you go, that's a bust. But the floor, like, Delane's going to be a good corner. Downs is going to be a really good safety. Even though if his knee is somehow a problem or whatever, he'll still be a good safety at the bare minimum and all that.
Mike, you mentioned, like, after Downs and Mendoza, it's kind of like, pick your poison. What pick do you think the draft really starts, Brendan?
Probably around pick 3 or 4. Like, because you don't like Mendoza's going 1. You have to think one of the top 2 edge rushers are going 2, because since Dante Moore pulled out of the draft. Then after that, is Jeremiah Love going to go 3? Is Jeremiah Love going to go 4? Like, and you're going to see if there's another edge rusher that falls. Are the Giants going to take 2 defensive players? Are they going to actually try to help their quarterback? There's a lot of like ifs in the top 10, so I'd say start at pick 3, because it's gonna be like whoever gets like not picked between Reese and Bailey, and then it'll go from there.
Yeah. Does Arizona pick or do they trade? That's a big.
They go tackle.
Big starting point at 3.
Do they go tackle?
Yeah.
Probably should.
Awesome. That'd be awesome. That'd be so cool. It'd be so awesome.
Interesting to see what Arizona does at pick 3 for sure. How many trades do you think we'll see in the first round, Mike?
I think you'll have at least 5 minimum. I think there's going to be a lot of first round trades, because not only, a lot of us, like myself, I see it as like, dude, I'll take like 15 guys at 20, so I'd rather drop back because there's so many. But there's going to be teams that don't see it that way. The Buffalo is going to be like, no, we have this guy. We have Emmanuel McNeil Warren as a safety that's above these other safeties. We need to go up and get him. Like not everybody's going to see it as like, okay, I can pick through 12 of these dudes. Just drop back 8 spots and we'll see who goes. So, yeah, I think there's going to be a lot of trades. Then early on, the top guys are trying to bail out because position value. And it's about getting the right value for a guy like Dallas going up. Can they get the right value where they believe it's worth it?
Brendan, how about you? How many trades would you predict on?
I said, I thought 4, because I think it's a big bluff. Everything's going on, because like of course we know about like the big trade that's being talked about between Dallas and the Browns. It's like, oh yeah, 6 for 20 for 12, 20, and you get 39 back. But then they're like, oh, the Browns won't do that. They'll give you like their 3rd round pick. They won't. They're gonna be the teams who are saying, oh, we need to trade out. We're begging to trade. They're still gonna hold their picks at a higher premium than what teams are trying to go up for will want, because of the players aren't like special by any means. So I think it's gonna be a whole like standoff between that. So I think this would be like a big bluff. The Browns, we don't know. We don't think we're gonna be at 6. We don't know that Arizona's gonna trade. The Giants are talking about apparently are wanting to trade out of 5 and all that. So like it's a whole. It's like everyone's gonna want to move out, and they're like, oh, but we should get this because this is what the Browns got last year. They're not gonna get it. So I see like 4, maybe 5 trades.
Yeah, I was initially I was going to say 7, but I felt like one or both of you might say that, so I just went a little over that and I said 7, but 5 felt like the safest answer there. With the Giants' recent trade, in order to draft Caleb Downs, do the Cowboys have to jump in front of the Giants, in your opinion, Mike?
Yes, but not at 5. I believe that they'll take Jordan Tyson at 5 so that they avoid they got to go through that gauntlet of Saints, Chiefs, that could who is the Cleveland. Cleveland, Saints, and Chiefs all could pick a wide receiver. So they get their guy at 5 there. And then at 10, they'll hope that a Styles, a Delane, a Downs falls to them. And so if they want to go get Downs, which is what I would do, they probably got to move up from 12 to 9.
So you think they're going receiver with one of their first 2 picks?
Yeah, I think they really like Jordan Tyson, which is wild because that turf with his injuries, like
soft tissue and stuff, yeah.
That would make me nervous, but hey, go ahead. I mean, that's going to be a good player. It's not like him and Neighbor is going to be a problem to deal with, but I'll go ahead and deal with it. That's okay if it gets me Downs.
Brendan, what are your thoughts? You think the Giants are somebody you worried about them taking Downs?
I do, just with the simple fact of that is my all-time nightmare scenario. Like they get Styles at 5 and they can somehow get Downs. That would hurt me deeply. That would really hurt me. Also, I would love for them to take Tyson because their wide receiver core will be the biggest what-if squad because Neighbors is injury prone and Tyson is, of course, major injury prone. So, when they're healthy, you go, dude, this wide receiver core is awesome. How long can they be healthy for together? Of course, I don't want any injuries on anyone. I don't want that. I'm not saying it should happen, but we're looking at history. That's a big what if. I would go Tate.
I don't know. It seems like Mekhi Lemon is being slept on a bit, but Jordan Tyson is arguably the best from most people I listen to, fantasy and non-fantasy people. If there wasn't for the injuries, Jordan Tyson would be the unquestioned number 1 receiver off the board here. But it'll be interesting to see who they take. You mentioned Styles and Downs. If the Giants drop both Styles and Downs, what do you think Dallas will do at pick 12, Mike?
They'll take Hood. It's what I've heard is that they'll take Colton Hood.
Is that gross in your opinion? Does that make you want to throw up, or how do you feel about that?
I would rather trade back. I think there's enough people in Hood's range that you can move back. And if somebody took Hood between 12 and 18, Chris Johnson, Emmanuel McNeil, Warren, there's dudes you can get, in there that I would be happy with. So, I would trade back, but the word is that they like Hood. They might have a first-round grade on Hood.
And I assume you like Jermod McCoy more than Hood, right?
Okay, so I don't know if this came out yet, but there is something that's not has to do with Draw McCoy's ACL. It's a different issue he had that was like a degenerative cartilage, and that there's something that might require surgery that has to do with that from a previous injury before the ACL. So he is probably not somebody that teams are going to look at anymore in the first round for sure. And it could go further than that. If he's coming off an ACL, you haven't seen tape on him in a year, and he's going to have to come in and have another surgery that's not related to his ACL on his leg. Can you even come back and be the same athlete after that? People are going to have questions. So I think that is something that's going to be, drop him down quite a bit.
Would you take him at 92?
Who did I get at 12 and 2? No.
Wow, that's crazy.
We need too many. That's now a red shirt guy. Mm-hmm. That's now before I didn't consider him a red shirt guy because I'm like, he's going to come back from injury. Anybody can get injured at any time. So I'm not really but now you're talking about a guy that's you're drafting him. It's a 4-year contract. And now the first year is going to be a surgery year. I'm like, nah, I'm good. Normally takes you a year to come back. You're coming off back-to-back injuries. I already seen what Trayvon Diggs, an all-pro corner, looked like off back-to-back knee injuries. Nah, I think I'd sit day 3 sometime, nobody gets them, and you have 3 fifths and you want to take a flyer with your 5th round pick on them. Yeah, sure. But that's not something I'm looking at anytime in the top 100 for Dallas.
Brendan, what about you? If Sonny and Downs have both gone at before pick 12, what do you think Cowboys will do?
It all depends. Like I would take Bain. I would take Bain and be happy. But of course, talks would come out. Dallas doesn't like his arm length and all. Like
they would. Okay, so I should say this. They would take. From what I understand is they will not trade up for Bain, but if Bain was there at 12, they take him. So I should have clarified. I was thinking the main defenders, including Styles and
yeah, that's what I meant. So I apologize for that.
Yeah. No, it's fine. So if Bain is there, I still believe that they would take him. And I haven't heard anything confirming no, they're out at 12 or yes, they're in at 12. All I heard was they won't move up for him. That's what I heard.
Then I would just if you're saying everyone's gone, you better trade back. I won't be happy with honestly anyone at 12 then. Honestly.
Yeah.
I'd be grossed out.
Yeah.
I don't know just listening to Brian Broaddus and Jeff Kavanaugh, it kind of seems like they might just reach for Keldrick Falk at 12. Is that something you've heard, Mike?
Not at 12. 20.
Not at 12?
They like Falk's value at 20. They do not like it at 12.
I wouldn't mind.
I thought I heard Brian and Jeff talking about taking him at 12 just a couple days ago.
I can tell you that
I don't want to be right. I'm making sure that
I've asked about Falk, and it's lion season, but the word is that I got that it was 20. It would be we're out of dudes at 12. Like they would take Hood over Falk.
Okay. Does that make you feel better?
I like Hood better than Falk. I like Chris Johnson better than Falk. I don't mind Falk, but I would prefer if you had to take him, I'd prefer it at 20. But I don't want anybody at 20. You know me. I'm team trade back is all I want at 20.
Would you rather Colton Hood at 12 or Akeem Messidor?
Hood. Yeah.
Really?
And Messidor is another guy that I don't think I'd do first round. Just 25 and injury history, and he's not my type of first round guy. I would like to get him maybe in a trade back where you pick up another thing and you want to 5th round option on him, and you traded with the Texans, whatever, at 28. Yeah, sure, grab him, get your 5th round option. It's end of the first round. You know he's going to be a high floor edge if he's healthy. I would take him, but a top 20 pick, not for me.
Okay.
No offense to Broaddus, I'm told you he's the legend, and he likes him. He'd take him at 12, but that
it's kind of
that's not a good value for me. I wouldn't like that.
When he said that, because I enjoy that episode when him and Jeff were talking, and Jeff seems to hold him in a pretty high light too, regardless of his age, and I like how Broaddus was challenging him, saying if he's your guy and he's like the top player on your board, why don't you just take him at 12? Like why aren't you draft with your chest? I guess is what he was.
I'm a little under. Brian's 12, Jeff's 20. I'm like, give me another trade back and go back. I'm not as high on Messidor like that. Although I think he'd come in and be a very good starter with Christian Parker and stuff. Not quite what I want from the draft. I'd like a little bit different than the older guy coming off of dealing with the injury history.
Yeah. So Mike, you and Brendan were just kind of discussing this briefly just a second ago, but from what I understand, it sounded like Brian Broaddus was saying that the Cowboys were not really in on Bain or didn't like him. Is it just they didn't like him at trading up for him, or have you heard that they don't like him? And do you believe those reports, Brendan?
Well, I kind of don't know what to believe, but I do trust Mike from what he hears. But Mike is also correct. This has been the bigger smokescreen draft as I've seen in a minute. Dallas likes 18 different players at 12. They like 18 doing all that. I was like, and they're like, no, Dallas is gonna trade up because they only actually have 2 players they trade up for. It would be Bane or Downs. Actually, you know what? No, they don't like Bane anymore. They don't. They wouldn't trade up for him. Oh, actually, now everyone says they're moving up for Styles. I don't like. I trust Mike, and so like if Bane falls to 12 and they take him, like, oh, Mike was right. I believe, but dude, I don't believe. I'm kind of tired of reading into things for like the rest of this week because I'm like, just let it happen. I don't trust anything. Downs could. Downs there's no way in hell Downs doesn't go in the top 10. He's there at 12. We go, oh, that's super cool. Or like, no, he gets taken top 4. Like, I don't know. I want to try to be this cool insider thing. I try to read all these things. I hear so much different crap from really reliable sources. Like you see Broadus talk, you see Peter Schrager talk, because Schrager like only talks to like general managers and stuff. I don't know.
Brendan Smith, future Cowboys insider. Mike, what are your thoughts on the Bane talks and smoke screens and what have you?
Yeah, what I've heard is it's a no on trading up for him. If he fell at 12, and obviously Styles, Downs, I think Delane would all 3 be ahead of him. But if those 3 went like we expect and Bane fell, they would just go, cool, first round edge. We're good with that falling to us. We'll take it with upside.
I know how you feel about Downs, but is Bane like CD Lamb-esque, like run to the podium? Like
I want Downs is run to the podium
for sure, yeah.
And then I would say him and Styles would be after that. Like I would take Ruben Bane over Delane because I would rather have the edge. And I like there. To be honest with you guys, I could honestly say that there's 4 cornerbacks. I would probably say like, yeah, if they had better careers than Delane, wouldn't shock me one bit at all. So it's not like I'm like you got to get Delane. Like I'm kind of cool passing on. I don't really want a corner at 12. I would rather trade back to the end of the first, have the first 5th round option still, and then land a Johnson, a Hood, someone in that. I really used to like Cisse. Now I heard some stuff about character that I don't love, which bothers me because Cisse was like dude, you can get that guy like 29, and people would be like, a little overvalued, but you're getting that 5th round option, which is good for a corner. So yeah, there's been some stuff. My guess is they'd take Bane as the last of the big 6 defenders. They'd take him at 12 if he dropped. Now, I did not get that confirmed. To be clear, they did not say, they'd take Bane if he was there. But I was like, so no Bane, really? Like is like his arm's like a half an inch shorter than Micah Parsons, or some weird shit like that. And he was like, I wouldn't be so sure they wouldn't take him. He's like, they won't trade up for him though. And I was like, okay.
Bane and his T-Rex arms, you can't draft him, Mike.
Not in the top 11. Can't do it.
All right, if Dallas's board gets wiped out, could we see them trade back from 12? Brendan?
I would hope so. I hope there's always a trade back idea in the back of their minds. If they're guys, this is a team we can't reach. We can't. If you're like, we like Falk at 20, man, our board just isn't great. If your board's not great, then there's offensive players on the board, and you're telling me no team wants to trade up with you.
Yeah.
No. I know when we get into when we're like picking, pick 12, 20, 92 later on. I know I'm going to contradict myself with this, but I have a conspiracy theory. Okay, I want y'all's opinion on it. So this is the first time in a while we've seen a long time we've seen Dallas spend money in free agency. I know it's just Thompson, but so your safety / DB need I feel like is gone because you got that, you have him and Durant. And so I feel like they could sell that. And my thing is, I feel like in their draft they're going to go edge and linebacker. The simple fact of that's the positions they haven't gone hard for. But safety/corner, I feel like they're going to sell us like, oh, hey, we're good. You see what we did in free agency? We already spent money there. We already did all that. They've done nothing at linebacker, and they've done one thing at edge. Well, two things. You want to count Sam Williams at edge. So I can see that as them trying to sell that more. My realistic and fantasy picks are going to contradict what I'm saying here, but I tweeted that like a few days ago.
A very good theory, Brendan. I will say that was a very good theory.
My best thoughts or like my brain goes when I'm at the gym, and so I tweeted that the other day. I'm like, why do I feel like this is going to happen? Like this is what they try to sell. It's like if we sign Kobe Durant any other year, brother, that's one of the best signings we've had. Why would we draft a corner? You just signed Kobe Durant. Like
I got to say in the comments, the Sports 78 agreed. And CBGPT, sir, we have a wide receiver 3. Ryan Flournoy is gonna ball this year. Trust in me on that.
Unless apparently the smoke screens out there that Dallas is also super high on Omar Cooper and Jordan Tyson as like blow up targets.
Like I said, it's a tough season right now.
Dude.
Tough
season right now.
I guess CBGPT forgot that Jonathan Mingo's on the squad too, Mike. So let us not forget about Jonathan Mingo.
Honestly, Jonathan Mingo is a wide receiver 5 who comes out, big body, can block and play special teams. I don't know. Terps.
Yeah,
Terps 4,
yeah. Their wide receiver core is excellent. Like Dallas has people want their like 4th wide receiver to be, Larry Fitzgerald, and he can come in and we have 4 unguardable guys. But really, what you need is a 4th wide receiver guy. You need a special teams player who could hit some big plays and have like something different and unique to the offense. Turpin does that fine. Mingo is a solid special teamer, blocker, big body. If somebody's hurt, you could put him in. He's a big play threat. He doesn't make them a lot, but I've seen him get open. That one year that he didn't have Dak, he had a lot of plays where he got open. Then and then 6 is Trayshawn Holden, who looked like he could be a guy developing. We'll see. He gets an off season with Dak and off season the offense. Let's see. Maybe he takes Mingo's spot, and that's your wide receiver 5. I'm not too worried about wide receiver as long as you tell me Pickens is playing on the tag this year and next year, and with Aubrey signed. Absolutely should be the plan. So you got Pickens for 3 years total. I'm totally good with that. I like the wide receiver core right now.
So we're going to take KC Concepcion at 20, aren't we, Mike?
No. Wrong one. If it's a wide receiver, that's not going to be the wide receiver they take.
What are your thoughts on him?
I like him a lot, but the Dallas isn't going to look for that type.
I got you. All right, here we are with our mock draft. We're going to start at pick 12. Now, how likely is it that they stay in this spot for you, Mike?
So my reality pick indicates a trade. So, but that's the thing. It's a lot of. Yes, I love that trade, the Sports 78, and that's actually something that has been discussed, assuming Ty Simpson falls to there and Arizona doesn't find a trade to move up ahead of that one. That's like a fallback plan, is Arizona, Dallas is one that they have talked about. But yeah, I will say this. I would be willing to bet that Dallas does not pick at 12 and 20. I'd be willing to bet that.
Back to this hypothetical trade scenario here. Would you rather have 34 and Arizona's 27 first rounder or Chris Johnson?
I actually think that it would be 34 and another pick later. Dallas wants to use 20 to get to. That's something we're going to talk about here in a minute. But Dallas would like to use 20 to pick up 2 top 50 picks. So, I don't think they would take next year's draft. They would trade 34 and then whatever if Arizona has another pick in the top 50, that's what they would look to do.
Yeah, 2 top 50 picks. I'd rather have that, but just again, just in that scenario, would you rather have 34 in the first rounder or Chris Johnson at pick 20?
I'm not picking at 20. I'm trading back. I don't care who you say. I'm trading back. I even said people go, well, what if one of the top 6 fell? Then something's wrong with them. They got an injury. They did something bad character-wise. I'll just trade away from them. If one of those 6 dropped to 20, I'll still trade back. Like, something's wrong. If Caleb Downs is there at 20, something's wrong with his knee. So I'm like, okay, insane, never mind.
Yeah. What do you think, Brendan? How likely is it that Dallas stays at pick 12?
60-40 now. I think it's 60% that they stay, 40% that they trade. I've been trying to speculate for like the past 3 weeks what could happen, what's going to happen. And every time I've done a mock draft or anything, I've answered the question differently every time. It's like, oh, Dallas traded up to 6 and they got Styles. Hell yeah, that's awesome. No, actually, they wouldn't have to get Downs. That's awesome. Actually, you know what? No, they want to keep pick 20. They want to keep pick 20 and all that. So they maybe could get pick 9. It's like, oh, who fell there? It's just I have a feeling we keep hearing Dallas moving up. All these huge media people are saying Dallas is going to trade. Jerry's not going to trade up. I feel like we're getting like, oh, dude, we're going to get this. We're going to get that. No, we're not. It's like free agency all over again. Where some guys like, dude, Dallas, dude. Like, we were talking about, what if Thompson's your third best signing? Man, they like the edge. They like Nakobe Dean. They like all this stuff. And Thompson's your best signing. They're talking about all these trade-ups. If there was a year to do it, it would be this year. I now don't believe it just because it's been talked about too much.
Tell me who's available at 9, and I'll tell you if Dallas is trading.
Gotcha. All right, who's your fantasy pick? I mean, I think it's fair to say that we all want Caleb Downs, but I went different. I said Ruben Bain. Did y'all switch it up at all?
No,
I did down, obviously Downs.
All right, what's your reality pick, Brendan?
Delane. I think with the Giants getting 2 top 10, I don't see them taking him. So I think there's a higher chance. I think the Chiefs could take him, but a lot of talks are now like I said, it's all smoke screens now. So like I said, I remember when we first started talking about the draft, I thought Delane was the pick at 12. I was like, oh, it's super easy. Dallas got his former DB coach. This is the pick. It's obvious. Like, oh nope, now he's gonna go higher. I think now everything's like settling back down where he could be the pick. I would like other players before him, like what Mike was saying, but I feel like that would be one of the more realistic ones.
Hey, pop that last comment up, Paul. So they knew, Arizona knew that he was gone. But that's why they didn't try to re-sign him. That stuff about you can't talk to people, this and that. His secondary coach is now our secondary coach. He knew where he was going. So they just had to take it, a little bit of time to get the details on the contract. But that's why Arizona didn't even try to re-sign him. Yeah, Downs. We're what, reality?
Yeah.
Trade up to 9. It won't cost 20, and I don't believe they have any interest in 20. I think they would either use a pick the next year or 92 and go up to 9, but they would not use 20 to make that move. They would do something else.
Okay, well, who are they trading him to 9 for, Mike?
Downs or Styles would be if either one of them are there, that would be the move.
Dude, just the F over the Giants, that'd be so cool.
That would be the plan. Get ahead of the Giants.
I had forgotten about Colton Hood being talked about as someone the Cowboys really like and would take at 12. So, just listening to the episode with Broadus and Kavanaugh, thought that Keldrick Falk was the guy that they would consider taking at 12 if the board, just didn't fall their way. So I'll just stick with it. That's who I said I think their reality pick would be. What about who's your nightmare pick at 12, Mike?
Any linebacker, not Styles. I would do not want that at 12. No, thank you.
Brendan?
Thieneman. I would hate it. There's a lot of picks. Like, I could have said Mesidor. I could have done all that. But we talked about that, and I feel like that is like one of the general picks. But if we took Thieneman at 12, he's a good player. He is a good player. I feel like I'm like down him or whatever. No, like, but Dallas, no. Please, God.
Yeah, he's a hooker replacement for Malik Hooker, to be clear. He's not a guy that's playing the nickel role like that. Like
I only know about Malik Hooker. Does he have a brother or something that could be replaced?
The Jerry Jones, you never know, man.
That's fair.
All right, pick 20. How likely is it that they stay in this spot, Brendan?
Oh, no. No, that my fantasy was just trade back. I couldn't tell you anyone I'm happy with, unless like Tom Downey finally gets his like what he's been trying to do and try to get Caleb Downs to follow like a gas mask and all that. And like, wow, he look at the awful character. This is what you wouldn't want and all that. So it's like all bullshit. That there's no one at 20. If Dallas sticks and picks, it's gotta be because someone fell for some reason.
So we have the same. We have Downs as the fantasy, and then trade back as the fantasy. Brendan, that's your two. Mine too.
Yeah, like there's no one. I'd be like, oh, we took Hal. Okay, like you could have traded back to get 28, and you could have gotten Hal and all that. It's like there's so many players that like you don't need 20. You don't.
Who's your reality pick, Mike?
My reality pick was trade down. That was my reality pick, was that they do trade down. I think they trade down from 20.
For me here, I said fantasy at pick 20 would be Chris Johnson. Sorry, did you get to answer your fantasy, or was it trade? Trade.
Let's trade.
Trade. Was it also trade for you as well, Mike?
For fantasy, yes.
Okay, what's your and my reality is Akeem Mesidor. Who's your nightmare pick at 20, Mike?
Brendan, did you say your reality pick?
Oh no, no, you're good. I blanked out on that. I said Hood / Warren.
Okay. Yep, I like that. Man, Manuel McNeil Warren. Don't get me excited. All right, and then nightmare is again. Oh! My nightmare at 12 was Monroe Freeling, the left tackle. The nightmare at 20 was any linebacker, not Sonny Styles. Sorry.
Okay.
I flipped those. I don't. It's not that I'm not cool with you guys. Know I'll take an offensive lineman. I don't like
another project.
I don't want Monroe Freeling at that point. I would take like Proctor, or if you made me pick offensive line, like Proctor or Ionichor or something, but not Freeling. No.
What's wrong with Freeling?
It's not at 12. He's
Isn't he
like
more project?
If he wasn't a left tackle, he would be like a second round tackle. Upside, he's coming up, but it's because he's the only true, like, I know we can play him at left tackle that he's being talked about in the top, 15.
Dude, an absolute nightmare would be Omar Cooper. I would hate that we would come back to talk about the draft. I would hate like the only thing that could save me from that pick at pick 20 is if we got Downs or Styles. Those are the only two players that could like remedy anything. If you took Omar Cooper at 20, I'm like, you're a joke of a franchise. Trade Pickens now. I don't care. You're an idiot.
If they told me it got me Downs, I'd be like, when's Amari Cooper's plane coming in? I'll be there to greet him.
Well, yeah, like I said, that's the only way my brain could like be okay. It's like we won the lottery. I don't care if I got a flat tire driving back home. We're good. We'll be okay. But if we don't, if we get Delane and then we take Omar Cooper, oh, I'm throwing things. Dude, I'm livid.
My guess is you're safe there.
Please God.
Pick 92. How likely is it that we make this pick? Sorry. My nightmare pick was actually. It's funny that you were talking about linebackers. I said C.J. Allen, and again, not just because not that I know much about him or anything. It's just seems like the board was not falling their way, and they had to go for need and not really maybe take the best player available.
Yeah, if they take Allen or Rodriguez or any of the linebackers at 20, they made a large mistake. That is, it's not
You're
a
going
good
with Jacob Rodriguez, huh?
Not at 20. That's one thing that can't remember if I have it, if I have that as a thing for later on, but I think Sonny Styles will be the only first round linebacker because
Okay.
teams do not want the 5th round option on the linebacker because it's treated like an edge player because they haven't fixed that in the collective bargaining, and nobody wants them to have that leverage at the end of the first round. They're like, well, you either hit my 5th round option for the 28 million and he gets to be a free agent a year early, and that's leverage for the players and the agent. So I think teams are going to be like, I like Joe, I like CJ, but I don't know if I want to, put that in. There's so many guys close to that. Like, is it impossible if somebody takes one at 28? No. But like, I think teams are going to go, I'd rather get R. Mason Thomas. I'd rather get Brandon Cisse. I'd rather get these guys that I want a 5th-year option on, in case they're studs, and I don't have to pay them, crazy. I have that leverage, to use my 5th round and then the franchise tag.
Got you. All right. How likely is it that we make pick 92, Brendan?
It all depends on like if you're gonna trade up, that's the only pick you're using. But since they've been talking about wanting top 100 picks so badly this year, I feel like it's a higher chance that they stay. I guess I feel like it's a lot of smoke screens for a trade. I do. So I feel like if anything, like they'll pick up pick 12, they'll trade back from 20, and they'll have like 20, they'll have like 55, and they'll have 92. That will be like their draft class. But yeah, I see them staying at 92.
Mike?
I think they might pick it. We'll see what happens if they go back from 20 and pick up 2 picks and one of them's another day 2 pick, maybe they or if they see that coming, see what they'll do is they'll have it planned out where they're like, okay, we're going to trade back from 20 and recoup, so we'll use 92 to go up to 8 or 9, get our defensive guy, and then trade back from 20 to recoup a pick or 2 and make those picks there. So my guess would be probably 70% that they make the pick at 92. I think they use next year's draft capital if they're going to move up, but there's a chance they could trade it.
Who's your fantasy pick at 92, Mike?
I'll say one of the, I don't see it any way happening, but on mock drafts, you see sometimes linebackers like Anthony Hill fall or a Jeremiah Trotter. It's like one of those. And it's like, I cannot see them fall into the end of day 3. Like that seems crazy to me, but it's a fantasy. So, and a fantasy, PFF's mock draft is right, or PFN, whichever one happens to have that, and one of those guys end up at 92, and we're celebrating.
Brendan, how about you?
This is just one of my favorites, just because I've been watching him forever. I said Bud Clark. I've been like, of course, I'm going to North Texas, so of course I'm a fan of the Mean Green now. But ever since I was a kid, I'm a TCU fan. So that pick 6 against Michigan in the Rose Bowl. Or was it the Fiesta Bowl? I'm blanking. But that pick 6 will forever be just ingrained in my head. And then he has ball skills. My joke with him is no matter what play happens, is a great play or a big play happen, he will be around the ball. For better or for worse, he will be there. A deep ball. You'll see 21 just around there. Or you'll go, hey, he got a pick. That's really cool. He's just there.
My fantasy pick was Jordan Brooks, trading with Miami to get him. But what are your thoughts on safety Kamari Ramsey out of USC, Mike?
I like him. I think he fits the nickel role. I think he probably needs to develop a year. I don't know about his man coverage, but if you're bringing him in, I'll say this: he would be like an improved Donovan Wilson. Like Donovan Wilson at his best year as a rookie, I think is fair. Like that could definitely happen.
All right. And what is your reality pick for 92, Mike?
I got Malik Muhammad, cornerback from Texas.
Oh, that's a good answer.
Yeah, I
That's
think
a good
they
answer.
like him. And cornerback stretches. So I could see them, like you said, they signed a cornerback, they signed a safety. If Downs falls, you just go, okay, great. He's that kind of player. But if not, if there's no Downs, they go, okay, let's get edge linebacker, situated early. And then with the third round, you have guys like what is his name? Rivers, the kid from Duke. Chandler Rivers, he might be available. Julian, man, what is wrong with me? Malik Muhammad, Texas cornerback. There's other cornerback options there. I just did an article on it, so it's like in my head, but I can't remember Julian's last name. And then I think it's what is the kid's name from Duke? Childress? Well, F me. All right. Who's your reality pick, Brendan?
I said Harold Perkins, which is another pick I would like as well.
Very good choice.
Of course, this is my first year of starting to watch him, so I didn't watch many players, to be honest. We got into schoolwork and all that, so I didn't have much time to watch film. I like Harold Perkins.
Me too.
He can play edge, he can play linebacker. Of course, he needs to strengthen up a lot, be bigger than what was he? Did he get up to like 236?
Yeah.
So I would like both. I like both of that because at least a blitzing linebacker, so you don't have to send Overshown every time if you're doing it.
He was my reality if we went to 112. I thought tight end, but I think if he got to 112, he'd be the guy. But it would absolutely not shock me if they took Harold. They really like Harold Perkins Jr. So if they took him at 92, I would not be. It wouldn't even faze me. Like, oh wow, I'd be like, yep, makes sense.
Well, yeah. Well, 92 to 112, like player in that range, I don't care. If like, oh well, I actually had a 4th round grade. I was thinking, like, okay, it's the end of the 3rd round. Sure.
Yeah, agreed.
So, I didn't have a whole lot of time. I don't watch film or anything, and I have no idea why I picked this person. Like, I was just trying to knock out a couple of mock drafts just to get an idea of who could potentially be here. But for no rhyme or reason, I picked wide receiver Jacoby Lane out of USC for reality. Is that somebody that you think the Cowboys would be interested in, Mike?
I think your best bet is that wide receiver is going to be one of those 5th round picks.
Okay.
That's what I think. I think they're going to get one there. So I would say that
I hope they don't take a draft a wide receiver for a lot of reasons, but again,
unless something crazy happens, I think they're going to concentrate on a lot of defense in the top 100 and then look for a tight end. The tight end is very highly likely, and a wide receiver would be day 3 picks I would look at.
Funny say tight end because my nightmare pick. I know you really like this guy, and it's only a nightmare pick just because of how much I like Ferguson. But I said Michael Trigg, tight end elevator out of Baylor, would be my nightmare pick.
My nightmare at 92 is also tight end. I don't want them. That room is too deep to waste a top 100 pick on one. You can get a round 3 tight end in the 5th round this year. That'll be a solid guy you could develop. And I personally love Michael Trigg, but I would hate it at 92. If somebody wants him at 92, great. I'll take a lesser, big star guy chance at 112 or 152 or something like that.
Yeah. What about you, Brendan? Who's your nightmare pick at 92?
Any running back. Running back. Yeah. If you're telling me that anyone you're picking it, we need a running back at pick 92. You're telling me like Jaden Blue is that bad, or he couldn't have a fighting chance against a late 3rd round running back? Then why is he even on this team? Like Jaden Blue should already be released. If you're thinking your late 3rd round pick could already take your RB2 role.
Valid point, man. Valid point. All right. Would you feel better if Dallas left day 1 with edge and linebacker, or if they left with secondary and edge, Mike?
DB is Downs, so I'm gonna take my hopes on that is that it's Downs. You take Downs out, then I would go DB edge, but as long as Downs available, I'm wanting that.
Brendan,
It's so it's so dependent. If we got so like Downs goes, we didn't get him, and I'm going Reuben Bain at 12, and then trade back and get like a late first round linebacker or whatever. I don't see them getting Styles. I don't see it happening. But like if you came back with that, like Rodriguez or whatever at 29, 30, and you got Bain at 12, I'm feeling pretty good. But if you got Downs, like I said, I don't really care who you pick at 20. So if you go DB edge, like, oh yeah, we got Howell. Okay. We got Downs. That's the only player I'm talking about for the next like month is that we got Caleb Downs.
which one player would you be okay with Dallas reaching for in the first round, Mike? Or sorry, Brendan.
It would have to be like Rodriguez, but it would have to be like a later pick though. Like they're reaching, but it's because they're reaching because they traded back, and so their board is the same thing from 29 to 45 or whatever. So all the grades are interchangeable. So I would say Rodriguez just because you need a linebacker, and if you trade it back, that means you already got another day 2 pick, and so you can go for more edge depth if you need or whatever. You need a linebacker so horribly. Unless we're signing Bobby Wagner, of course we do it when he's 36 after the draft. You need a linebacker so terribly.
Are we reaching at 12 or at 20?
I took it as 20.
Okay.
Do what you want.
So if it's 12, I would be cool going Emmanuel McNeil Warren.
Yeah.
I don't consider him a reach at 20, but at 12, I think people would. And I would be okay saying that he's probably a reach up there, even though I think he could be a real game-changing defensive player. That's the safety out of Toledo. Big dude, like 6'4", but runs a 4 or 5'3", and plays everywhere. Not great at man coverage, but does everything else well. It trips me out that people are like, yeah, he's a box safety. I'm like, he played. You watched him play back. He was great at it. Like the only thing he's not great at, and it's almost everyone not named Downs, every safety, even Dylan Thieneman, who everybody loves, none of them are great in man coverage, and they're not cornerbacks. If they were great in man coverage, they'd be cornerbacks. But Emmanuel McNeil Warren is terrific in zone. He's great playing back. He's a killer going forward, playing the run, setting an edge. You don't want him against Puka Nacua and man, which, okay, every safety not named Downs is that. So, and then at 20, I would be cool reaching for Malachi Lawrence, defensive end out of UCF. I like his potential. 20 is a little high, but he could be one of those DeMarcus Lawrence where you're like, oh, that was a second round defensive end. Okay, that was a really good player. I could see that at 20, and I'd be okay with it, and it would be a reach.
I thought you were going to say Chris Johnson.
I don't see him as a reach. I don't see him as a reach at 12. I'll be honest with you. He's one of my few first round grades.
Oh, wow.
I love Chris Johnson. So he's not a reach for me at either one. He would be considered a reach by others, but I found Emmanuel McNeil Warren more of a reach.
Yeah, my pick was Chris Johnson. Here we are with Mike's view from the sidelines. Is there a name we need to watch out for that might surprise Dallas fans in the first round? You mentioned Caleb
at 12, which I mentioned. Also have heard Malachi Lawrence. I don't think they pick him at 20, but they pick him in round 1, which I don't think has been heard too much to Dallas. So that would be like the main one. The word is, and this is not something that I got, but it was online, was that they said Chris Johnson and Rodriguez were 2 guys in a trade back scenario that Dallas could look at. And I would add CJ Allen if they traded out of the first, one of those linebackers. If they're in the first, Chris Johnson and but now I'm blanking on the other freaking name. Brandon Cisse is another name that I've heard. If Hood went early, if Chris Johnson, that if they felt wiped out and they wanted to get a first round guy that they can get a 5th round option on, that Cisse is a possibility.
And has your source mentioned any surprise moves that Dallas could make on draft night?
So going up from 12, but not using 20. As I've said, I think they see 20 as too valuable a piece that they feel like if Ty Simpson's there at 20, they could get a big haul to move back, and they like the players back there, and you end up, getting yourself two more young starters, as part of that deal, or a Max Ionichor. Sorry if I butchered that. Another one that's a developmental tackle prospect, could probably play either side. Kalen Proctor, I believe, will be gone by then, but if he's there at 20, Cooper or Denzel Boston or other names, those are the positions that people would normally go for in the top 10. Guys see them falling, and a Buffalo, a Texans, Arizona, a Jets want one of those guys. 20 could be a valuable trade piece. So I don't think if they trade up, I don't think it'll be using 20. And that is something I was told also is like, they would be very surprised if they use 20 to move up. So that's why I don't feel like, I never believed in the move ups to 2 or 3 or 4, but even 6, Cleveland would have to take like a, 92 and a second next year, something like that. It wouldn't be something where Dallas is giving up 12 and 20 and getting 6 and 39 back.
Okay. So, any possibility of multiple trades by Dallas in the first round that you know of?
Sure. Trade up to 9 to get Downs or Styles from 12.
And trade back.
Give up a next year's 2 or 92 or something like that. Then from 20 trading back. I would say that is more likely than them picking at 12 and 20. So we'll see.
Multiple trades,
maybe,
huh?
Yeah, maybe this will be my Seth or Josh Rosen part 2. I'll just be way off.
Let's hope not for your sanity, Mike. Here we are with Brendan's bashing. Brendan, what do you got for us tonight?
It's really not much, only because like my brain is so messed up from all the talks. But it's every person is keep posting their mock drafts just to get like people to click on it, and it's all like the guy Mike was talking about on Twitter like yesterday or whatever. The guy was getting so upset that we took Jeremiah Love at 12. Like that was a thing that this guy was getting really upset about. When literally the draft had Diego Pavia going top 6. Dallas took a punter at pick 20.
I didn't even get like 20.
I know. I looked at I'm like, oh, this is a joke. Let's just see who else they took. Because like he had some realistic picks, like Cardinal Tate going to the Browns. I'm like, that could happen. And you see, it's just people who are just like trying to go for views. Like we already talked about, we don't know what's gonna happen. Mike Hexy has a source, so he has ideas what could happen. But even with those ideas, those could be completely wrong, or Mike's dead on, and we're like, we talked about that we talked about that Monday. No one knows, and then everyone's trying to come out like, oh, we think this. We've been hearing all this. Like, okay, cool. Just wait. We have no idea, dude. And everyone's trying to act like they know what's going on. Like, no, we don't. No one knows. The Joneses don't even know. Like, we haven't gotten a perennial picture of the draft board as he's showing off who's high on their board.
All right, one word. If Dallas leaves round 1 with an offensive player, I'll fill blank. Brendan.
Pissed. Of course, last year I would have been okay with it because that was before the Pickens trade, and I wanted someone fun. Dear God, if you go offense, the boards better be somehow all your top 6 players had to go in the top 5, and that doesn't work. Like that's how dumb you have to be. Like, oh hey, we took this guy. Okay, cool. Pickens is getting traded tomorrow, right? Like that has to be like what happens. Or Terrence Steele leg fell off, so he can't play anymore. So we actually have to draft a tackle in round 1.
Mike?
Fine. Don't bother me at all. Our 2 offensive tackles suck. Give me a tackle because anytime we play a good defense, we fall apart. And Pickens is this year, next year, and Ryan Flournoy is only 1 year, so I'll survive with the wide receiver. Tight end, I know we love Jake, but he's really on a 1-year deal, money wise. So if you got Sadiq, I'm like, oh, okay, Sadiq and and those 2 wide receivers, for the next couple of years. I'm easy draft. Like, my problem is, again, they didn't use free agency. That's my problem, because now we need a linebacker. Well, why didn't they sign one? Yeah, exactly. We need edge. Why do we only trade for Gary? Why didn't we sign one of those friggin' Boye Mafe? Exactly. But in the draft, if your best player, if you're telling me I got to take, Francis Mauanoa or Messidor, I'm Francis Mauanoa, Steele, we'll figure something out. You're going to be this year, we're going to try to trade you, get a 3rd, 4th round pick for you. His starting right tackle. He's not, he's not great, but there's a lot worse ones out there. So I'll be fine.
Man.
I said deflated. Just in this scenario, to me, it was likely mean 2 things. One, they've given up on Tyler Guyton, and that would suck just because it's only going to be year 3 for him. And then 2, they drafted a receiver and have no plans on keeping Pickens beyond this season.
It's because you guys are playing with the belief that we can win this year. And I gave that up the minute I saw
free agency. I don't think that at all.
No.
Well, offense will be a great pick for 2027.
My thing is that, well, of course, what we talked about, they have with the lack of free agency and all that. My thing is, scoring 30 was fun last year. We averaged 30 points a game. That is awesome. You gave up 35, and you go, cool, man. We're gonna score 40 this year because you're gonna have Pickens, you're gonna have Lamb in the slot, and you're gonna have Omar Cooper out there. And guess what? Your defense is gonna give up 45 points, and you're gonna go, I hate my life.
Can we score 20 points against a good defense? That's what I would like to do. I want to score 20 points against Denver. I want to score 20 points against Detroit. I want to score 20 points against the Niners.
The problem is
30 on the Giants is awesome, and we win 8 games doing that every year. But the minute we run into anyone good, our offense, it's not like our offense comes back and it's like, all right, our defense gave up another touchdown, but here comes Dak in the offense, and we're gonna keep it close. Green Bay is the only game we did that. The only game.
Well, yeah, but you also have to think with how bad our defense was and has been. The joke goes out there like Dak's gonna throw his perennial interception. He's like, you have to be perfect, and that's what he feels like he has to with that trash can of a defense. And so if they go offense, my first thought, of course, it depends on the position. I'm like, oh, Pickens is gone. Like they've already reports are like, oh, they've had no talk. I'm like, oh no, they don't care.
No,
that's. Yeah, I know, but like this is like saying it publicly. It's like when's
a second wide
receiver. When they're gonna when people are gonna break up, but it's like when you hear it publicly, you go, oh shit, that's really happening. And it's like it's bad, but like, I like to wait out until the explosion happens. So like next year,
2027 Steele, Ferguson, or Pickens replacement. Although I think Pickens will be there next year. He'll just 2 years. He's gonna get tagged again. Because 34 for Pickens is great for 1 year. Awesome deal. Jerry just doesn't want to give up 34 to 37 for 3 to 5 years like that. That's the problem.
Didn't make me feel better at all, but maybe, as usual, top 5 might do just that. In order of today's holiday, meal, snacks that you like to eat when maybe you've had a little too much to drink or you're under the influence of other things. Brendan, I know you don't drink too much, but you've started to since you've turned 21. And Mike, I know that you're Cali sober, but you're usually on that health grind. So your list is interesting to me as well. So start us off with number 5, Brendan.
So mine, of course, like I don't do other things. I just drink. So like it's not like, oh, hey, I'm gonna go out to this place and do that because that's not the brightest idea. Don't condone leaving a place when you're that messed up. So mine will easily have a theme. Honestly, I saw like, PB&J super thing is like mine's more bread filled. So like taking dude, nice snack there. I usually drink in game like party games and all that. So like I'm not really eating that much. It'll be like an uber random time. But just like that, start getting like bread in your system. So as you're drinking, you don't get too messed up. Or I'll be in my bathroom and I'm not leaving there for a bit. That's never a fun time. Been there many times. Don't want to do that again.
So I don't drink anymore. It's been almost 18 months since I stopped. And I also, the drinking was kind of the food. When you drank, you didn't really eat because you were filling up on alcohol.
Yeah.
So I smoked. I'm a smoker, and so all my lists will be like when I'm stoned.
Do you still get the munchies?
Oh yeah, you
Really? Okay.
You get the right strand. I'm fat. You've seen the picture.
Well, I'm just saying, after you've been smoking for a while, like, you know, you're kind of grow out of the munchies phase, but that's what I was asking.
I'll smoke before I eat. Get a little bit.
Got to get inspired.
Yes. Number 5 for me is potato skins.
Oh,
potato skins. Cheese and bacon.
And potato.
Yes.
Now, are you a ranch guy, sour cream, or what are you dipping those flavors in?
Either one. Sour cream or ranch, both, whatever.
Number 5 for me, keeping it real simple, kind of like Brendan. Nothing hits like a bowl of cereal, man. Cold, sweet, easy, free, usually, you know. Just chilling at the house.
My list is going to be cereal and PB&J. Okay. All right. That's what we're going.
I went with things I could easily get.
I'm in trouble.
Number 4 for me, this is the place that, you know, after drinking, we'd like to go to just to kind of chill and hang out. We weren't ready for the night to over, but I always like to go to IHOP and just kind of get the classic breakfast, eggs, bacon, hash browns. But
I figured IHOP or Denny's was going to be on there.
Strawberry cheesecake pancakes was like the way to finish off the meal,
dude. So. No, IHOP. Nah, that's damn. My brain automatically thought of I'm not really leaving whatever place I'm at. Mm-hmm. Like I don't usually go out and drink that much. I'll drink at like a friend's house, and so I'm like, that's where we're gonna be. That's where we are, and all that.
You're the responsible guy.
Yeah.
Right now, you haven't been to college yet.
Yeah, dude. No, that's such a good option. I've done that, but of course I wasn't the one driving or anything. But that's good.
So, Mike, since you're always so judgmental on our list, what's number 4 on yours? Your filet mignon,
chili cheese tots. Yeah, I like to cook a steak when I'm high. chili cheese tots.
Oh man,
tots.
Is Sonic a popular place in Cali?
That I've gotten when I ate fast food. That is what I got at Sonic. I would get
their tots
a long tray of the chili cheese tots. Not bad for fast food.
Fast food, yeah.
Can't complain on that. That's not bad.
Their tots are good, bro.
Yeah, it's good stuff.
Especially you get yourself a strawberry limeade and you're doing all right.
Yeah, I would do back then I would do one of those shakes. Now I'm diabetic, so that was not good back then, but I didn't know.
They've got a decent smash burger too.
That's not bad.
That's
not bad.
It's fast food now. I don't. There's only one.
Gotcha. All right, Brendan, number 4 on your list, sir.
Number 4. My real answer is not this version of it. I said this because I knew it would piss off Mike, and that's what my goal is. Sometimes I said a frozen pizza.
Red Baron, baby.
No, but what we've done a lot in the past though. We have gotten like pizza delivered, like late night and all that stuff. Mm-hmm. That's my real thing. I was like, you know what, frozen pizza would be funnier just to get Mike agitated as he is right now.
Fired up.
The only way you could put frozen pizza is if a regular pizza is like first on your list. And you're like, I'm doing frozen pizza here.
Nah, I know.
Then first is deliver pizza.
Yeah, mine's delivered pizza. I wanted to say frozen pizza just to piss you off.
Delivery pizza was almost actually on my list. It's like you don't want to go anywhere. It's usually cheap, and it's gonna hit, dude.
Well, no, because it's like 1 or 2 in the morning. It's like, dude, are you hungry? Yeah, dude. I was like, well, we can't go anywhere. Yeah. I was like, oh, but I can go. I have a credit card, bro. We can just go get pizza. I'm like, that's awesome.
Like, wait a minute, I'm not 12 years old anymore. I can drive.
Wait a minute. No,
I have money.
We can order it. Fuck yeah.
Yeah, such a good feeling. Mike, number 3 on your list, sir, Mr. Brendan.
Oh, dude, a McGriddle.
Oh,
I fuck up a McGriddle. Like,
best breakfast sandwich in the game.
It's so good. It's so bad for you. It's so
terrible
good.
For you. Have you ever made a homemade McGriddle, Mike? I imagine you have.
Something similar, yes.
How'd you get the syrup in the bread then?
Well, what you do is you make the pancake mix and you whisk in the syrup into the pancake mix. The way you cook it, it's inside the pancake.
Because my mother-in-law made them, and what she would do is, she make the batter. Then when they're on the griddle, the side that is like still raw, she puts the syrup in there, and when she flips it, then it cooks inside.
Also,
that's the way to do it too.
Yeah. Yes, sir.
The whisking of it, though, that actually sounds like it's going to be in every bite.
Yeah, that's the idea. And you could still put it in as you flip it, but just make sure you get a little bit in the batter.
For sure. All right, Mike, number 3 on your list, sir.
The one fast food place I'll go to still. I don't do it. It's not like I go once a week, but a couple times a year I like In-N-Out Burger, not their fries. We don't do the fries, just a burger, but their burger is fucking awesome. So I still do that to this day. I know I say I don't eat fast food like that, but In-N-Out I'll get. If somebody's going to In-N-Out, I'm like, give me a double.
Animal style or no?
No, a lot of I know I'm weird, but I don't like veggies, especially at a fast food place. So I'll tell them just cheese and ketchup only. I'm not picky like that. It's not like I won't eat onions or whatever. I just don't want fast food stuff. Like, it's bad enough I'm eating your beef. Pause. But yeah, In-N-Out, very good. It's the cheese, so it's like really cheesy.
So won't even eat the veggies at In-N-Out. That's crazy, bro.
Probably
the freshest veggies in the game.
Well, like I said, I don't eat fast food anymore, but I just don't. Where is it? Like, I don't trust it. It's in a refrigerator. How long? You really think like these places or like, I just don't trust it. I'm like, nah, I'm not gonna do that. I'll put lettuce and tomato on it here, like my own. But typically, I just get it in meat, cheese, buns. Fine. I don't mind that. I'm fat. It don't bother me.
You do not strike me as a ketchup on a burger guy.
Ketchup, mustard. I like ketchup, mustard. But like, believe me, I'm bougie. I'll put arugula and bacon jam.
We know.
I'll grill a pineapple and put I'm bougie. I'll put bougie shit on my burger too. But ketchup, mustard's fine. I'm no C. I'm no Patrick No C Walker. Yeah. I'm not against ketchup like that.
So this, as most of my top 5s are, this is like, they're based off nostalgia, but a meal that we would always get, shout out to my cousin Ryan, if you're watching this, you'll appreciate this, but there's a place here, I don't know how popular they are in Cali, if they are there, but there's a Mexican restaurant, fast food, of course, casual dining, if you want to even call it that, but it's open 24/7, and they have like most places will do like breakfast from 11 p.m. to 11 a.m. Well, they have a breakfast plate. It's like huevos a la mexicana, and it serves with, they have fresh flour tortillas. They have like their eggs are eggs with onions, tomato, jalapeno, and then they top them with queso, serve with a side of beans. And of course, I mentioned the fresh tortillas, a side of bacon. We'd polish that off, and then we'd head over to Steak and Shake. And at the time, they had a thing called a side-by-side shake where you could have 2 flavors of a shake together. And I'd always get chocolate banana to finish off the night. So that was like my number 3 meal right there.
On God, I thought you were going to be like, because when you talk nostalgia, you talk old school. Like, my mom used to always give me, and I'm like, damn, how old were you when you were getting drunk? My mom would always get us Burger King. I was like, damn, he was 8 years old. Like,
no, not that.
Yeah, I like it.
Yeah. Is Steak and Shake a popular thing in Cali?
Not really here. That would be like a Foster's Freeze or a Dairy Queen here would probably be the Steak and Shake.
Dude, the side-by-side shake, man, I can't believe they got rid of it. That's like one of the most iconic.
Or an A&W. A&W. We have a couple A&W places here that's that type.
I've never eaten at an A&W.
What's that?
I've never eaten at an A&W.
It's not bad. It's fast food.
That's what I hear. Yeah, fast food, man. It's all a roll of the dice.
Go to In-N-Out. You'll be good. No fries though.
Or Steak and Shake, or not? Sorry, Shake Shack.
Shake Shack.
You ever had Shake Shack?
Have one of those,
bro. You got to go to Shake Shack, dog.
I'll check.
It gives In-N-Out a run for its money, and they have good fries.
I'll check if there's one. If there's one near me, I'll check it out. I'll try it.
Yeah, because they actually have sometimes some like bougie limited time deals going on. Number 2 on my list. A very specific order, I know, but hit up Jack in the Box again. 24/7. But the Jack in the Box tacos, an egg roll, and a jumbo jack with secret sauce and ranch for dipping. Man, cost you about $4, and you're just.
I need to grab my heartburn meds, dude. So much
you're
talk
doing
about
well.
fast food. So much fast food talk, dude. I need that heartburn meds. So,
But thankfully I don't eat crazy like that like I used to. But fast food, when you're in the right state of mind, it's always comes.
Taco Bell, dude. Taco Bell, $20 used to get you. You feed like
Beast.
5-6 stoned people with $20, dude. Crazy.
Yeah. Now you compare what you get for $20 now, and you're like, man, dude, this isn't a ripoff.
Yeah, it is. And another reason I don't do fast food.
Number 2 for you, Mike.
Carnitas quesadilla.
Oh man.
Yeah, I love that, especially if it's done well. There's a specific spot that I would go because the carnitas are unbelievable there. I'm not going to try to say it because I'll butcher the name. It's a very Mexican name to say, and I literally get laughed at for how I say it by some young ladies that are Mexican. So, yeah, nope, not saying it, but carnitas quesadilla from a specific Mexican place.
I wish I could just walk out my front door and like down the street would be the best street taco you've ever had in your life.
Be great. Be amazing.
Number 2 on your list, Brendan.
So I found this out not terribly long ago, but you can get Texas Roadhouse rolls and you can make them in the oven.
Yeah.
And all that.
Yeah.
Dude.
It's a good one.
It's perfect. Of course it's not the same because of course something made in the oven, something made in an actual restaurant won't be the same. But dude, it's got that cinnamon butter still on it, and it hits like crack. Like we'll eat it normally like when we're having a random family meals, and my mom was like, "Oh yeah, I made this." I'm like, "Crap, I already ate 4 of them. I'm halfway done with my meal. I already ate 4 of them."
On Saturday night, me, my wife, of course, our son, my sister, and my mom, we went to Texas Roadhouse. Baker housed 4 of the Roadhouse rolls. He went on number 5, but he got full. But yeah, those rolls hit like crack for real.
Dude, it's so
an
good.
Appetizer. Then you get like the fried chicken or whatever, cut it, put it on the roll with the gravy and everything, eat it for that, and then
slider,
dessert.
Bro.
Of course, you got to have one.
With fried chicken slider sounds crazy at Texas Roadhouse, dude.
So good. I used to be 300 pounds, bro. My mind still works like that.
Hey, their fried pickles are crazy, dude. I love their fried pickles.
Too.
Oh man, I'm gonna go back just to try this concoction that you've introduced me to.
Great.
It does. All right, Mike. Brendan, number 1 on your list, sir.
It's the easiest. I want to say it's the easiest one, but the easiest one is making a PB&J because it's 3 things. But no, I said pizza rolls. You can make so many of them, and you're like, "Oh, dude, I'm starving." Bam, here's 40 of them, and you're like, "Okay, cool. This will last." I'll finally put something in my stomach.
While they're in the oven, crack open another one, maybe roll up another one. Whatever you're doing that night.
Pretty much.
My number 1 is pizza. It's easy. That's the one, pizza.
But now, are you going out of your way to make it yourself, or are you ordering? What's Mike's move when he's?
It's not hard for me to make them, so I'd probably make them because I have the crust in my freezer. I keep cheese. I keep pepperonis and sausages and stuff like that I could put on there. So I probably would just make it. But if I'm going to order it, it'd probably be from Mountain Mike's. Mountain Mike's really good. I'll go to a lot of places, though. Just it won't be frozen. That I can tell you.
Number 1 on my list, Brendan, you might relate to this, starting next semester or next fall, whatever. But Whataburger, the iconic Texas place, but they have something that whenever we'd been drinking all night, Whataburger's down the street. They also serve breakfast from 11 p.m. to 11 a.m. I always had to get sausage, egg, and cheese, potato, taquitos, and wash it down with a Simply orange juice. Man, oh man. The Whataburger taquito was like an iconic breakfast.
I didn't love the Whataburger burger as maybe that's an In-N-Out guy thing. I don't know. But they had way better like fries and sides, and that was all Whataburger. So for me, if I'm getting a burger, I'll go to In-N-Out. Anything else but the burger, Whataburger takes it. So
have you had a honey
even
butter
from
chicken
Cali.
biscuit there? Have you had a honey butter chicken biscuit from
Yes.
Whataburger?
We tried that. Yeah, we got like 7 things because I wanted to be able to tell people like, no, I really wanted to try because everybody was telling me like, dude, if you like In-N-Out, you'll really like Whataburger. And I didn't. Maybe I got a bad one, but I didn't really dig their burger. Wasn't for me. But the honey butter biscuit was good. The fries were good. Do they have fried zucchini? Was that what it was? No, there was a fried item. There was a fried item that I got that was really good too.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, the traditional cheeseburger In-N-Out by a mile, but specialty stuff, Whataburger probably, got some.
I 100% agree.
All right, gentlemen. Well, as always, I enjoy the discussion. It'll be interesting to see what happens on Thursday night. I kind of wanted to live stream it, but Mike, I know that you work a lot, and Brendan, I'm not sure what your schedule is, but I imagine you want to enjoy the draft too. So I didn't think about doing that, but it'll be interesting to see what happens on Thursday. I don't think any of us really know or can predict what the Cowboys will do.
No, I'm done trying.
Maybe. I won't say no.
Cool.
Sorry. They switched over to some bullshit. I don't know what they're playing right now. I did not want to watch that. What are you guys doing? The problem is that I like to watch the draft show. So I wouldn't be able to like do that and we're on, you know what I mean? Watching the draft and everything. I want to watch the draft show. And then yeah.
Is that what you watched it on YouTube or what?
I put it on my laptop and then I connect the laptop to my TV and I just watch it on the TV. So,
I've never watched the draft like with the draft show. So that sounds actually kind of interesting.
Oh, I watch every year, all the way through every pick. From day 1 through round 7. Mm-hmm. I always do the picture at the end. They're like, for everybody that was here with us for every pick, take the picture and post it online. I do it every year. But I also like at times when I'll go back and check what ESPN and NFL Network, I record the drafts so I can see what they say about the picks. And I'll go through and look at Foots's and the Cowboys Collective with Skywalker. I'll check that out, see what they say. DLLS with Jeff Kavanaugh. I'll see what they say about it. So I got to watch stuff at like 2.5 times speed to get through all of it. But I get all that content. But let's get out of here. It's almost an hour and a half.
Yeah. As always, I enjoyed the discussion tonight. Before we get you out of here, Mike, where can we find you on Twitter, sir?
At CD Piglet, guys. Nice and easy.
Brendan, let them know.
At Brendan_Smith26.
Guys, you can find me on Twitter at Paul_Ryan15. We appreciate you joining us. And next week, hopefully, we will have Caleb Downs. Peace.
Please. That would be so elite.